the Ukraine government was responsible for committing and did commit an assassination terror bombing outside of Moscow in August, where the daughter of this, philosopher Dugin was killed. I'm sure you're familiar with the incident.
Yeah,
last week. So the assassination terror bombing you're saying was dope.
Of the
I'd love you to elaborate on that.
State official? Yeah. So that would have been like
state official? Was the daughter a state official?
She was. She worked for state.
What was her state job?
She was a publisher in state media. A pretty high up one as well.
So she was employed by the Russian government?
Yes, she worked for state media.
Okay, well, I mean, I have to.
She wasn't just the daughter of Dugin. Wait, did you not know that? She wasn't just the daughter. If she was just a civilian, then I would have thought that was heinous. But no, she was a genocidal, fascist state official who published articles that were, let's say, ethnically critical of Ukraine.
Let's say she was a state official. I don't know that to be true. I have to double check it. My understanding was that she was a civilian and she was like, within published books and stuff.
It would have been like if the French resistance.
Let's say she was a state official. You would think it's dope to launch an assassination if it was a state official?
Wait, if like the French resistance had assassinated one of like Hitler's propaganda? Wait. Wait. So don't ask me a question, then keep me from answering.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, like if the French resistance or the Jewish resistance within Germany had assassinated like Himmler or like one of their propaganda ministers, yeah, I would have totally supported that. They're not just like like an unaffiliated civilian.
This woman that was killed is roughly comparable to a Himmler.
Well, no, she would have been like one below Himmler. Well, I don't know the direct comparison in the relative propaganda.
That seems like a bit of a stretch to be based on the facts that I'm
Goebbels,
aware of.
Sorry, Goebbels, not Himmler.
I know more about her like operational involvement in the Russian government and like maybe her military import or something. And I'll have to do some more research on that once we're off the stream.
Yeah, sorry. I meant Goebbels, not Himmler. But yeah, propaganda.
Okay, so why do you think it is then that the U.S. intelligence services put out this information publicly and said that they had chastised or reprimanded the Ukraine government for taking this action because they don't think it's dope for the assassination to have been committed?
Well, maybe I'm more passionate about anti-fascism than the U.S. government.
Oh, okay. So the key difference between you and the U.S. government is you're more passionately anti-fascist and hence more inclined to openly support assassination terror bombings. Okay, I got it.
Fascist state officials who are complicit in an invasion of a neighboring country.
Perfectly kind of intelligible and universalizable criteria for who's a quote fascist who deserves to be assassination car bombed. Okay, that wasn't even the point I was bringing up. So we got you.
I can't believe you didn't know that she worked in journalism.
Why do you think it is then that when top Ukraine officials, like top advisor to Zelensky in the president's office in Ukraine, when after this attack took place in August, obviously he addressed it on state television in Ukraine, and he vehemently denied that Ukraine carried out the attack because he said if it had carried out the attack, that would have made Ukraine a terrorist state, and Ukraine is not a terrorist state. Then, U.S. intelligence services about 6 weeks later charge that the Ukraine government did in fact carry out that attack. So why would that Ukraine government official have denied doing it on the grounds that it would have meant that Ukraine is a terrorist state if the assassination terror bombing was so dope?
Wait, just out of curiosity, where the fuck are we going with this? I don't care about any of this.
So okay.
Like even remotely. I don't care whether or not they're trying to do a PR campaign for their assassination. I'm fine with the assassination. What you're telling me that like officials will like deny various military bombings or then like pull it back and then yes, absolutely.
Because it gets to whether an attack like this is worth endorsing, as you have.
I don't care whether they endorse it. I'm endorsing it.
The senior most officials in the Ukrainian government vehemently declined to endorse it because they said it would mean that Ukraine had committed a terrorist act. And
why the fuck would I care what Ukrainian officials endorse?
I thought you were a passionate supporter of Ukraine.
I am of Ukraine winning against Russia. I don't look to Ukrainian officials for moral guidance on my beliefs. If you're trying to catch me in a gotcha, you're not going to. It's not going to work.
I'm not trying to catch you in a gotcha. I'm genuinely
you
trying
are.
to
You're like, oh,
but...
can you explain to me why this one official one time said that the thing that they did would have been bad if it came out that they did it?
View within the Ukraine government when they were made to.
I don't
they
care.
Whether
I don't look
the
to them for my ethics.
Okay, good.
It's Aristotle, Plato, and Zelensky.
Just a
great
PR thing because they actually did think it was dope.
I don't care if they thought it was dope. I mean, they did it, so clearly some of them think it was pretty dope. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, you and I just seem to basically differ on the dopeness of assassination, terror bombings
of fascist state officials conducting an invasion. Yeah. I mean, you can complain about you can like use whatever terminology you want. Do you think it would have been bad for like propaganda ministers in Germany to get murked?
Sorry?
Do you think it would have been bad for propaganda ministers under Nazi Germany to get murked during World War II? Like if resistance figures bombed their cars?
Well, I mean, I'm sure, in like occupied France.
Oh, it's another yes/no question. I made a mistake asking it.
Yeah. Sorry, I need like a 12-word sentence to answer. I don't doubt that there could have been like a militarily defensible justification for carrying out an act like that. For example, in occupied France or something. No. I'm just not. This is kind of
terroristic bombing of
I was referencing why I brought up the World War II subject in the first place because it always gets analogized. Well, you just did it there to justify something happening right now. Hence my interest in actually probing it.
I do like drawing analogies to make points. That analogy. Yes.
Well, right, and that's why I assess the analogy.
Right. So we're cool. I can't, dude. When he said that he didn't realize that Alexander Dugin's daughter was a state official. Oh my God. He actually seemed to be surprised by that information. I have no idea how, I think he knew that and he was just relying on me to not know that personally. I'm going to attribute literally everything that he does and says to malice. That's my choice. That's my belief. That's how I'm assigning this. It's all deliberate and it's all malicious. Yeah, she's not a state official anymore, that's for sure. Here across the bear, yeah. Vaush, she was technically not a state official. She was a journalist and activist, but held no real state position. If you're hold on. So Alexander Dugin's daughter was a head journalist at a state-run. Hold on, where's the damn Wikipedia article? Daria Dugina. Okay. First of all, her dad is one of the most powerful people in Russia in an oligarchy. She worked as a journalist after university, writing for RT and the pro-Kremlin conservative channel Tsargrad, using a pen name. She was the chief editor of a disinfo website called United World International, which was owned by Putin ally Yevgeny Prigozhin, who also controls the Wagner Group. That's right. She literally was the chief editor for a far-right disinfo website that was owned by a Russian oligarch and the controller of the Nazi militia. She was also a press secretary for her father, who, again, one of the most powerful people in Russia, Alexander Dugin. Outspoken supporter of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, said the war crimes against Ukrainian civilians by the Russian army were staged. Well, anyway. Curious if he thinks apartment buildings being hit by missiles 10 nights in a row in my home city qualifies as terrorism. No, he doesn't. He doesn't care if you guys get killed or raped. Again, like, imagine like throwing a fit over the terrorist bombing of a military target that killed 3 civilians when Russia has objectively killed tens of thousands of civilians by now. But he'll never bring that up. He doesn't care, you know. It's like every single time you bring up anything with him, like it's pivoted to another point. He doesn't believe any of this fucking shit. Vaush, show us evidence that Dugin has any influence? Wait, I recognize that. Okay, yeah, we spent this entire time defending Russia today. All right. Lol, are we okay with suicide bombings now? Imagine pretending to be a progressive and not being in favor of suicide bombings. Couldn't be me. It's the cop rapist guy. Wait! That's the cop rapist guy? That's the 15-year-old who was like, if female cops get raped, maybe they should have been cops. Oh, well, there you go. This is the moral character of the people who disagree with me. Thought I recognized that name. Debate number 2. No. Lil Vaush, you're pro-Dugina getting bombed? Well, I would have preferred Alexander got bombed, of course. At worst, it's morally a wash. Yeah. I'm impressed you haven't banned them yet. Oh, they're fine. They're doing okay. Barandi wants to debate. I'm not debating the pro-rape kid. I'll debate you on Dugina getting bombed and the rape analogy. No.